Oh, what's going on, guys? My name is Bochko and today I'm back with another episode from the series Battlefield 1 Pro Tips, Hints and Tutorials. I will probably do more episodes on this series about the other classes in Battlefield 1, but today I want to talk about the Medic class. What this class does on the battlefield, why you want to play with it, weapons overview, best weapons in the class, gadgets and more. So what this class does on the battlefield? Well, like it says on its name, Medic, as you might expect, the Medic class is all about healing and they play an important role on the battlefield. Not only are they responsible for keeping their teammates alive, but they are also responsible for keeping their teammates revived when they go down. Why would you want to play with it? I can say that the Medic class is the most team play orientated class from them all and my favorite as well. If you enjoy keeping your teammates alive by healing and reviving them, you should play as a medic. There's very little more important when fighting than being able to protect the guy beside you, and that's where the Medic class shines brightest. But I'm not telling you to do stuff like saving Private Ryan, which I know is from World War II, but anyway, what I mean is an example when you try to revive a teammate but he's too far away from you, and the only way to save him is to go through the whole enemy team. I'm not saying that I haven't done this before, but it's risky and epic at the same time. And I know that the reviving mechanism is much more easier and simple than in Battlefield 4, and you can see what that is in my previous video, which will pop out somewhere on the screen right now. And I know it's a little bit outdated, but there are still some things that are important. Okay, the conclusion from what I said so far is play your revive smart. Don't rush in without knowing what you're up against, and always be ready to switch back to your offensive weapon to clear out the enemies. The only other really important thing to do is make sure you're providing plenty of support for your fellow teammates. Kills should not be your number one priority as a medic, that's why the game has the Assault class. Focus on sticking close to your teammates and keeping them pushing forward. That's how you make the most of the medic class and its abilities. Okay, what about the weapons they got? A medic's primary weapon is a semi-automatic rifle, making the medic capable of dealing with targets at medium to long ranges. Which means that you have an advantage versus the assault and the support class at that range, thanks to your superior range, and disadvantage versus the sniper class, of course. However, if you find yourself in a close range battle, I think it's better to switch to your sidearm. All of these weapons do fairly average damage and work decently at fairly average range, and are actually much more useful. So let's start with the weapons you can choose from, and I will try to give you the positives and the negative sides of the weapons, of course from my point of view. And the first one is CO Rigotti, which is also the first weapon you will get when you start playing as a medic. An innovative Italian automatic rifle from the late 19th century, features both automatic and semi-automatic fire. It was built from the ground up, even though it shared the size of the Krakana. Positives. Well, as a first weapon you can pick, it doesn't have so much positives. From what I have experienced with it, and I know I said before that these weapons are good on medium to long ranges, but this weapon has opposite abilities. It's good at close range with 300 bullets per minute rate of fire, average hip fire, automatic fire mode, which means you can hold your left mouse button by default for shooting, and the weapon will continue to shoot until you remove it. Not like the single fire mode when you have to click on your mouse button for every shot you make. And as you can see in this image from simtic.com, it does more damage at the first 30 meters and after that the damage drastically falls. Negatives. Let's start with the bullet capacity. It has only 10 bullets magazine with a clip mechanism, which makes the reload time much more slower, and with this rate of fire you're probably going to reload about 50% of the time when you use that weapon. And with the damage drop at long range makes it not one of the best choice you can make. Also, if you wonder why the hell there are 3 options for the same gun. Well, they made it because in Battlefield 4 there were endless options for your weapon you can make, and sometimes can confuse you what the hell is going on. So now we have 3 options and they also apply to almost every weapon in the game. So what are the differences? Well, as you can see, the first one is the CO Rigotti Trench, which, as it says here, equipped with a vertical foregrip, this self-loading rifle pattern offers improved accuracy when hip firing. So you have an extra grip which improves your accuracy when hip firing. Then we have the optic choice for this weapon, which adds a lens sight on it, Also with vertical foregrip can improve your aim accuracy. And in the end we have the factory option, which regains accuracy more quickly because of the lower weight of the weapon. So if you love playing at close range, face to face, and you have a good accuracy without spending 100 bullets to kill one enemy, that's the weapon for you. Okay, moving on to the next weapon, Selbstlader M1916. Originally designed for use on planes, this German semi-automatic rifle is known for its high accuracy. This is probably one of the best weapons for the medic class, but let's continue with the positives. And I can say that this weapon doesn't have a competitor if it comes to a medium range battles. First of all is the ammo capacity. It has 26 bullets magazine, making it the highest ammunition capacity rifle for the medic class. And as you can see from this damage graph, it can almost give you a 2-shot kill in close quarters and a guaranteed 3-shot kill in medium range. And with that thing said, you have the potential of killing 8 people with single magazine. About the negatives, of course, everything comes with a price. It has 225 rate of fire, and if you want to fully maximize it, eventually you will lose some accuracy, but after all it's not a close range weapon, and you can easily kill your enemies with a single shots on intervals. Also, I can add, it's very difficult to control, which means you have to slightly correct your aim after every single shot. But after all, it's a very good weapon, and like the previous weapon, it has 3 different options, but I highly recommend the Selbstlader M1916 Marksman. Okay, moving on to the next weapon, M1907 SL. The M1907 SL is an automatic rifle from the early 20th century and remained in production until the 1950s. It's pretty much like the Selbstlader M1916 with little difference. Positives of this weapon: like the previous rifle, it has big ammunition capacity, which it can hold 21 bullets. It's good at medium range, but not that much like the Selbstlader M1916, and with rate of fire of 300 bullets per minute, and the biggest hip fire from the all medic weapons on the other hand, makes it the best weapon for close range battles. And as you can see in this image, it does most of its damage in the first 18 meters. Negatives: well, as you already know, it's pretty bad at long range, and as you saw on the damage graph, after the 18 meter, the damage it does significantly drops, and neither is that accurate. Also, you can't choose an option with a scope on it, there are only iron and buckhorn sights you can choose from. But after all, it's a good choice which you can make if you love to spray and pray. Moving on to the next weapon, it's the Mondragon. And I can say that's the Selbstlader M1916's brother, but of course with some differences. The Mexican Mondragon was the first self-loading rifle to be adopted by a military on large scale. Some were issued to German infantry, but most were assigned to their air force. Positives: well, as I said, it has the same positives like the Selbstlader, it's good at medium range and it has the same damage graph. And actually the marksman option for the Mondragon gives you more control of the weapon because it's equipped with a bipod. But is it good as it is the Selbstlader M1916? Which brings us to the negative side of the weapon. It has 257 bullets per minute rate of fire, and as you can see it has only 10 bullets magazine with a clip mechanism, which makes the reload much more slower. You can choose that weapon if you want more stability and damage at the same time, but you have to be aware of the reloading time. Second to last weapon is the auto-loading 8.35 and 8.25. The first successful American-made semi-auto rifle, the Model 8 shares the same long recoil mechanism as the Automatic 5 shotgun. With its 360 bullets per minute rate of fire makes it the fastest rifle from the all medic weapons. It's familiar to the M1907 SL, it has the same control, but the auto-loading 8.35 is more accurate at medium range, and here you can see what damage it does at certain distance. It's good at close to medium range battles, but of course it has one big problem, and it's about the ammo capacity. And as you can see, it has only 5 bullets magazine, and with the 360 bullets per minute rate of fire, and it's equipped with the clip mechanism. What the hell? Why they did not call this weapon the reload rifle? Because 100% of the time you're going to reload. But you can always choose the extended option of this weapon, which brings you a 16 bullets magazine and more stability. But its damage graph, it's terrible. So if you have a good accuracy and a lot of time to reload, that's the weapon for you. And in the end we have the last weapon, which you will unlock at level 10, Self-Slaughter 1906 Factory. A German self-loading rifle prototype based off of an improved version of the PO8's toggle lock mechanism. And I don't know why, but this weapon really looks like the American M1 Garand. Maybe it's his predecessor, I don't know. Okay, let's talk about the positives, and as you can see from its damage graph, it's best to use it in close to medium range battles and it's very accurate as well. But again, it has only 5 bullets magazine with a clip mechanism, and on the other hand there is only one option available for that weapon, and it's only with the iron sight. And again, if you want 300 bullets per minute rate of fire and a good accuracy, that's the weapon for you. And at the end of the weapons part, I want to make some experiments and to give you some notes. All the time I was talking about the clip mechanism that some of the weapons have. Well, it's basically if you fired 4 bullets and if you want to reload, your soldier will put 4 bullets in the rifle manually one by one instead of a fully 5 bullets magazine. And of course it takes more time to reload, and I can give you the worst scenario when you have only 1 bullet left in the rifle, and as you can see it takes 5.5 seconds to fully reload the weapon, and another experiment when you have 0 bullets left, it takes 4.5 seconds to reload. It's just a second, I know, but that second can save your life. So my advice to you is to shoot that 1 bullet left so you can have a faster reload time after that. Next up is the customization of the weapons, and you cannot make major changes. You can change the style of the optics. As you can see, you have 4 settings for that, and that's for the optical versions of the weapons, and 4 settings as well for the marksman version. Then you can change the magnification of the weapon, and if you're wondering what the hell is that, you can see it on this experiment I made, and it's how much you want to be the zoom when you aim with your rifle. And there are 4 settings you can choose from, and the numbers are different and it depends from the style of the weapon. Optical, marksman and so on. And the last 2 options, first of them is for the bayonet. You can remove it, which can improve your stability and accuracy. And the last one is your weapon skin, which you can get from a battle pack, and if you don't know what a battle pack is, you can see my last video from this series. And on the last place I want to show you how to unlock all of the weapons, and as you can see you have to be a certain level so the game can allow you to unlock the weapons. You can gain up levels just by playing the game with the medic class, and of course you have to have enough war bones to buy them. So heal, revive and play the game. Okay, I think that's enough for the medic weapons, and currently I'm trying all of them so I can choose the best one for me. And so far I really like the auto-loading 8.25, and I know that's probably the weakest rifle from them all, but for me it's very important the stability and the rate of fire. So what's your personal favorite weapon so far? You can tell me in the comment section down below. And if you're still watching the video, that's really amazing and I'm really grateful. It's time for the last part, which I want to talk about for the medic class, and it's about the gadgets. And as you can see, you can choose from 7 options. And let's start with the first one. No gadget. No, it was a joke. I know, I'm a funny guy. The first one is the syringe, and I have mentioned it in my previous video. I just want to add, or more like to correct something, because the previous video everything was based on the open beta, and it's about the points you will get when you revive a teammate, and now there are 50 for a teammate for your team and 100 for a teammate from your squad. Next up are the tools which you can use to heal up your teammates, starting with the medical crate, which is a big box with medical stuffs inside of it, and you can heal up your teammate on a specific radius, which is about 2 meters. Then we have the bandage pouch, which is single-use field dressing that heals a single soldier to full health even on the move. Any damage will cancel the heal. I personally use the bandage pouch because of the function when you can heal yourself when you're moving. And at the end are the rifle grenades. You have 3 options you can choose from. FRG or frag grenade, which is best to fight enemy infantry at distance. Then we have the smoke grenade, and it makes surprisingly smoke on a certain area. And in the end we have the hand explosion, which is good against vehicles and infantry, higher blast radius, but it's less effective against infantry. Okay guys, this is the end of this video. If you learned how to become a medic, you can give me a like. If you want more Battlefield 1 pro tips, hints and tutorials, you can subscribe to my channel. So thank you, and I see you on the battlefield. Goodbye.